welcome back to Makeup with Gigi. Today we're going to create this green look using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blue Blood palette. And while we're getting ready, hang out, let's talk. Maybe leave me some comments below of things you might want to talk about. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Smash them hard. That way you get all of my videos. If you hit that notification, YouTube will even send you a notification to let you know I have new videos. So, sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy! Alright, so as the intro stated, we're going to get started on this green look using the Blood Money palette. I know I use this palette all the time. I really just like greens though. So today, I am going to start by going into the color here, Self-Made. That's this one down here. And I'm going to start in my outer corners, because I'm really liking doing it that way lately. This eye will not stop watering. That's going to be real fun when we get to eyeliner. Let's just go ahead and start packing this on the corner here. And then we are going to blend it out, of course. And I really like greens. It seems to really complement my darker eyes and my olive skin tone. Once you find the color that works best for you, roll with it. Who cares if you wear green every day? Back in March, well, February and March, from February 17th to St. Patrick's Day, I wore every single day, green eyeshadow in some way, shape, or form. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to play with a palette I really love and really get the most out of that palette. But it was also really fun because I got to work on my techniques with blending and placement and figure out what I liked for me and where. And I'm not saying everybody spend a whole month with a one palette. You don't have to. But it was a neat little thing. I've got pictures of every day. Maybe I'll make a little shorty of one of my quickies is what I'm calling them. I have a couple quickies I need to release here and there. But maybe I'll add that video to that and just do like a montage of all the green looks. And see, we're just blending it very lightly towards the middle so it'll blend with the next color. Next, we're going to go into the color Poison Ivy. This is one of my favorites in this palette. It is also a pressed pigment, so we do have to just very, very carefully apply it just to make sure that we don't end up with more than we're going for. You can always add more, but it's real hard to take it off without starting over. And being a pressed pigment, I am fully aware this is probably going to leave some kind of stain. Pigments just do that on my eyes. It's just part of the game here. We know what to expect. Colors that surprised me actually is in the Bloodlust palette. This Take the Crown color leaves a lot of pink staining for being as, light of a purple as it is. That pink pigment in it must be very strong because my eyelids were stained for a couple days after the last time we used it. But again, I don't mind. I know with highly pigmented shadows that is a risk I'm taking. And they just look so pretty. So next, I want to actually go into Conspiracy, because in Conspiracy, it has this yellow called Food Videos. It's like a vibrant neon type yellow. I don't know if it's picking up quite so neon on camera, but I really like it to blend out the top of these greens. And then we'll put highlighter over it later. But it's just a nice little, transition out. And when you're choosing your colors and choosing your placement, think of your color wheel for something like this where I want to blend out a color. I want to use something that would be next to green on the color wheel. Whereas for my lid, if I wanted to do something like bright and contrasty, then I'd pick something on the opposite side of the color wheel, something like a purple that will coordinate, but also is not the same. But this yellow, it just blends very nicely with all the green, and it really helps just kind of soften that a little bit. And I'm just going to dust off my big guy. Two brushes I've been using for those playing the home game. It is the BH Cosmetics number 4 is the little guy, number 1's the big guy. So I'm going to take number 1 back, and I'm just going to go over that edge one more time. Okay, and my brows, which are already done, have gotten a little out of place, so we're just going to remind everybody who they are, where they go. And for the lid, I want to use this color here, Money Heist. It's like a darker gold, but it's got a nice green shift. Very underrated at first. I didn't use it near as often as I should have because I just didn't. It's not very pretty in the pan to me. It's a little browner than I would like in the pan. But as you can see, once you get it on, it is not brown at all. It was just a matter of, I gotta try it. And again, that whole month I did. It really helped me explore all that this palette has to offer. And really get the most out of it. And when you spend $40 and $50 on palettes, you really do want to get the most out of it because they're expensive. You know, for a lot of this may be a treat to yourself. This may be your kindness to yourself. I know I really don't need it, but I'm going to treat myself to this nicer palette because I want it and I deserve it. And I'm going to make use of it. I do want to darken up this outer corner just a hair. So I'm going to go into Persuasion here with my little number 4. Yeah, number 4. And just get a little bit on this guy. Tap it in the corner here. Maybe a little more than that. There we go. Just to give us, you know, a little definition there. And that'll also, it helps with the wing, you know? It makes your wing just look so much prettier when you have a little bit of a dark something or other in the corner. It's not such a harsh transition from eyeshadow color to wing color. And then I'm going to blend that into as well my lid color just to kind of, you know, soften. And then with my just dusted off number 1, I again want to soften just the top edge here. Or maybe I could have applied Money Heist a little smoother, but it's alright. Let me show you real quick a nice little helpful hint to get most of any glitter fallout. Got me another piece of tape. And I'm just going to stick it right here in the corner, real good. And then I'm going to take it off. And see, it picked up most of that glitter from under my eye. So anyone who wants to know, Gina, how do you wear so many glitters and not have glitter all over your face all the time? That's how. And you can see That's all the glitter that's been on my face. Works real well. I'm gonna pop on some wings and be right back. The next step we're gonna do is color correct under my eyes. I've got my green and I've got my orange. And let's see, I've been trying some new things out. I'm gonna put a little green right here. And some of these darker, harder to cover areas. And green takes redness out. And these dark areas, they have red, they also have blues, which is why I'll use the orange. Order, I haven't determined yet, and somebody may know, but I have not determined for myself. I need to wipe some of that off, that's way too much. I haven't determined if order makes a difference here. Green first, then orange. I do it both ways, just depending on which one I grab first. Okay, let's wipe the green off my hands. Cover him back up, and now we're gonna take the orange one. I'm just gonna get a couple of clicks ready. Again, very, very little, because it is a very dark orange for my skin pigment. Next thing I'm going to do is take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. As always, this is medium 9W. I'm just going to put a couple of squirts on my hand here and take my Beauty Blender, tap it out, and then just start blending it. And I am going to go under my eyes. It's been an exceptionally crazy week this week. And there's some stressors at work. And I'm just not sleeping like I want to, like I need to. And the first place it shows is under my eyes. So we're just gonna do the best we can to pretend that's not there. See, that's a big difference. This side has the tinted moisturizer, this side does not. I am still seeing some darkness peeking through, so we will hit it with concealer. I thought maybe we might skip that step. Do just another little. Thought we might skip concealer under our eyes since we put so much color corrector. But with that darkness peeking through, I'd really like to maybe try to lighten it up some, brighten it up. And that area of your face probably could use good brightening anyway. By brightening under your eyes, it makes your cheekbones look like they sit a little bit higher and, you know, on your face. Everybody needs a little, you know, every now and then, right? We all need a little help sometimes. So I've got my Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. This is 27S Light Medium Sand. Do a little here, and a little here. And a little here, and a little here. Okay, and just tap it in, tap it out, get it up under that wing, make that wing pop and stand out a little bit, and just gently under your eyes. Be very, you know, very careful. You want to make sure you're not going crazy and moving all your product away, and you also want to make sure you're blending it neatly in with your moisturizer or foundation, whatever you chose to use today. And that's not an 100% improvement, but it's definitely like 75% improvement, and you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Now we're going to go in with just a little bit of my Laura Mercier setting powder. These And with my setting powder, I'm just going to, as always, go under my eyes, you know, make sure all that stays in place. Looks nice later. It's not a long night tonight, so I'm not too terribly worried. Unfortunately, those seem to be the nights that everything wants to stay in place. Even after I come home, if I wait to take the makeup off, or, you know, we go out and have a drink or something after work, my makeup still, no matter how much I sweat or how much humidity there has been that day. Some days, it looks like I was rode hard and put up wet at the end of the night. Other days, I come home and it's like flawless. I could sit down and take my thumbnail after work. But I have no idea what the difference is between them. I didn't put any concealer in any of these areas, but I do want to make sure that I do just hit them a little bit here with some powder after that Tinted Moisturizer. Just again to help kind of control those areas a little better for airbrushness, and also it helps with some oil control later in the day. Basically, how summer, and I know I've said this before, summer in Georgia is get in the shower, don't dry off, and then put on your clothes. That's pretty much what going outside is like here in the summer. It's awful. And this is just Shorty. Y'all know Shorty. He needs no introduction. So as soon as I go outside, my face is pretty much going to try to start to melt. And I don't want it to melt. So I set everything, and then I set everything. And you know, one of the girls at work last night asked me, how do I get my makeup to look good throughout the whole day? Even though sometimes I feel like it looks a hot mess when I get home. They don't seem to notice, and everybody is always telling me how great it looks. So I was telling her, I use setting spray. And I showed her what kind, my Bear With Me NYX. I really like this one. I've got the all-nighter. I keep it in my purse for emergencies. But you know, I really like this one better. It really works for me. You may have one that you like that works for you, that's fine. But I think part of the secret to keeping everything in place as best I can is the number of times during my application that I apply setting spray. I put it on after I do my primer and my moisture, you know, I do all my skincare, and then I put on my primer, and then I set my face. And then I prime my eyes, and I set that. You know, and my eyebrows. I do those when I prime my eyes. Then I start my eyeshadow. And when I finish my eyeshadow, I set it. And then I wait. Go out, talk to boyfriend for a minute, you know, go throw a couple of things in the washer, something just to give it time to dry. And then I come back and I do my skin, you know, my concealer and my foundation or tinted moisturizer, whatever I'm using that day. And then I set my face again after I've powdered and set it with powder. And those multiple layers of setting spray are helping to add moisture and hydration and keep the powders, because I use a lot of powder products and my skin does not like powders, it keeps them in check. I don't get so dry and cakey when I do it this way. You may have a whole nother system that works for you, but this is what's working for me, so this is what I'm gonna roll with. Oh, if you have other tips, I am always excited to try a new way. Drop that in the comments below. While you're in the comments, do you see that little like and subscribe and the little bell thing? Click all of them, all the things. Smash it hard. Notifications, that's gonna tell you every time I put up a new video. This is the most fitting coffee cup I think I've ever bought. I think we're getting another one though. It's gonna be magical. I love my cats. Maybe next time I'll tell you about each of them because they are 3 unique individuals and I love them to death. And at the same time, I ask myself at least once a day, why do I keep you? My hair right here with some powder. I missed this earlier. And I want to make sure that that's one of my spots that likes to try to get oily and make my makeup not so pretty. So I'm gonna powder him. I'm gonna powder him good. Remind him of his place. Okay. Setting spray seems to be mostly dry. So we are gonna move forward. I have today, sorry, I have to adjust in my chair. I get weird. I have today my Hoola Benefit Bronzer, and I'm going to dump his guts out and take my own fan brush because I like this better, and I'm just going to swish it and right under the cheekbones. And see one of my previous videos, so I don't know which one of the July ones, and it's going to have, there's 2 of them in a row, that when I get to this step I show you how to find your cheekbone and kind of how it lines up and where you want to be placing different things as far as like blush and contour and that kind of stuff, because your cheekbone placement, it really makes a difference, and it's important to know that in case you want to adjust the shape of your face. You know, if you have a more round face and you want a more long kind of facial look, you're going to contour a little differently than if you were, you know, going for something else. Like if you were going to just enhance your natural round shape. Whatever facial shape, you know, you're trying to achieve, or whatever look you're trying to achieve, there may be different steps to contour, and it's important to know those steps and know the do's and don'ts, the rights, the wrongs, and why. Not just what they are, but to understand fully why they are what they are. What exactly are they doing? Because you may come across a method that mostly works for you, but there's something that's not working and you can't figure out what it is. Knowing what every step does is really going to help you know which steps maybe you need to adjust to fit your own personal desired look. And you'll see, I do that. The way for contouring my face is not all, this is probably 4 or 5 different ways mixed together. But is there really like a set kind of way? I mean, there's suggestions, there's areas, you know, little charts that'll be like, oh, if your face is round, you should do it this way. Or if your face is oval, you should do it this way. But that's just a suggestion. And more so than things like stop signs. Apparently those are not suggestions. You do things the way they work for you. You know, whatever look you're trying to achieve. You want to be the best you can be. Like this little thing here. I don't see a whole lot of people doing that. But what I did see was, you know, other tricks to contour and make your lips look bigger with lip liner. And I thought to myself, why would you not just shadow underneath to give it that natural effect, and then you don't have to work so hard when it comes to lip liner? So I tried it, and I liked it, and I keep doing it. And someday if I decide I don't like it, then I won't do it anymore. That's pretty much how I roll in my life. I will drop a hobby or a skill or a task. I will drop that shit like a bad habit on a whim. Just be like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. It's crazy. But then I'll go back to it. I don't always like just totally diss them. I might come back. For blush today, I'm going to use the Iconic London palette. I know we haven't seen this guy in a while because the bronzer got way too low. There's still plenty in there, but I do need to break it up and put a little alcohol and like re-smash it so it's all in the middle of the pan again. But this blush I really love and I'm feeling it today. So we're going to use this like super bright blush. It's not super bright when I put it on. It tones down quite a bit, but I love it. I love this pink. And the blush into my hairline and up towards my temples, that is also like not my own thing, but it's definitely not the norm from what I've seen. I really think it's funny. I've noticed lately, the more I get into makeup and like seeing what works and wanting to know more about what works on other people so that I can try to, you know, maybe I see a skill or I see something that I want to try. But I've started noticing little things, like things that people could fix in their eyeliner application. You know, if their highlighter's kind of weird placed, or I want to tell them, oh, let me show you how to fix that. But that's like totally inappropriate, and I would never do that, but it's just weird, because a year ago, I would have never even noticed these things or given a shit. But now I'm all like, no, I want to help you. I have skills. Let me show you. And it's hard some days. Some people really need my help. Some people need more help than I can give. My eyeliner today needs help. Y'all, I'm gonna spend just a minute and work on this eyeliner, and I'm gonna be right back. Moving on from my eyeliner, we are gonna go back to our eyes though and pick up our Blood Money palette again and just do some underneath work. Let me get out my angled brush. Let me find him. Where are you at, little guy? There you are. And I'm going to pick up that darkest shade we use, Persuasion, and I'm going to use it to connect my wing to my under eye. Just a little bit there. And you can see already that helps kind of define the new shape of my eye that I have worked out with the eyeliner. We're also going to use Crocodile Tears under our eyes, and that's going to be this color here. I don't want to put this pressed pigment under my eyes. They don't like it there. It's just something about the formula for the pressed pigment. My under eye doesn't like it, and my eye will water all night, and I can't have that. So we're going to use Crocodile Tears. And I'm just going to put that, you know, starting over top of the Persuasion and just lightly up against the lash line. And with my BH Cosmetics number 4 brush, I am going to go back into Conspiracy, and I'm going to pick up that yellow color again. That would be Food Videos. Just a little bit, because it is very vibrant. And I'm going to smoke out under my eye with that, just tying in the yellow to the bottom here. And again, since they are next to each other on the color wheel, it just really helps fade that green naturally, you know? And you see, I'm just applying a little bit and checking it and then applying more. I don't want to go in with a ton to start with. Again, because it is a very vibrant green, or yellow, I'm sorry. And this look is all about the green. But sometimes this is nice to, you know, blend it out. But just doing it a little at a time really gives you control and really lets you get it exactly how you want it. And I'm noticing here that it doesn't appear that we ever blended everything with Shorty as far as our contour blush. So let's take a step back and go ahead and take care of that.
Before we move on to the rest of our eyes, maybe is this sometimes.
For my inner corner highlight, I want to use this like super vibrant, I'll have to look up what it's actually called. It'll be in the description below with all the other things I've used today. I always put them in there, and I'm working on some new like ways to say it. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. It's called 24 karat gold. I'm not sure what the actual name of the line was. I'll look it up. It'll be in the description below with all the other products I've used. I'm really trying to be good about listing everything I use, probably not in order, but listing it in case you want to try this look. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right here in the inner corner, just very carefully because it is a cream. And it's going to go wherever you put it. And it's going to stay there. It will, however, blend out. Alright, y'all, I'm having a little Bob Ross moment here. I did not mean for the gold to get quite so high up. But you know what? Happy little accidents. I'm liking it actually, the way it's blending out. See, sometimes we think we made a mistake and then you look back and you think about it and no, it's not really a mistake. It was just not what you knew you wanted. I really like that. Come closer so you can see. Yeah, I really like how that turned out, and I think that's going to complement my plan for the rest of it fairly well. Next, we're going to highlight using our Jeffree Star Cosmetics Extreme Frost in Stripper Magic. You know I love this one. Let me get my highlighter brush out. It's this guy. And it doesn't look like a lot on this brush right now. Like, it doesn't even look like anything hardly. You just wait. Does that look like nothing to you? So we're just gonna again. I can't wait to get more of these. This is like my glitter and my highlighter all in one. You can think what you want about Jeffree in his personal life, but damn, can a bitch make some highlighter? Damn it, Jeffree. See, even after Shorty got him, that is still just beautiful. And I want to take a, oh, what is this? This is my Zodiac from BH Cosmetics #2 for those playing the home game. I think that might be a new feature. And I'm going to dip it into my highlighter. And even on black bristles, it really just, it doesn't look terribly impressive. I'll put this right here. And I'm going to take my big brush again and I'm just going to tap it on the top. I didn't do this. And I think that's really pretty. I went ahead and did my tight line, my waterline, and my eyelashes. I've got the NYX Epic Wear. This is the gold plated. I've got the Kat Von D. This is actually a lip liner, but damn, it's green. I'm not wearing green lipstick. I do love it for eyeliner. This color is called Lemmy. It is still available, and it is branded under Kat Von D on mine. So I do really think that's fun. And then, of course, my Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner. Okay. For lips, I'm going to use my ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and this is the color Lumiere. It's a very soft pink. It's probably not going to show up too well on me, but lip liner has a purpose. Even if you're using a color that is matching your natural tone, it creates kind of a barrier and keeps your lipstick from spreading and spidering off your lips. So it has a purpose. Don't skip it. And for lipstick, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lip. This is the color Doll Parts. I know I usually use Androgyny, but I really like this one for this look. It's a pinkier tone, but it's still soft and not overpowering. The eyes are still definitely center stage. See, it's just soft and pretty. And I'm going to give this just a minute to dry, and I really want to use my Heaven's Gate, the gloss. I'm super excited about this color. I don't even like lip gloss, but I'm like super in love with this. And I don't know if all of them in this collection had the white cap. I think they did. But I really like it as opposed to, I have this other one. Ooh, that's really tiny. Her glossiness. And it's more of a bronzy, coppery kind of tone, which is just not my jam. I like pink, I like berry, I like red. I can even do like a brown sometimes, but it's definitely got to be like a more nude than brown. But anyway, so I don't ever wear this one. I may give it a try someday, but I have tried it on, so I can't use it as a giveaway item. I guess if Bestie wants it, she could have it. But this one, I freaking obsessed with it. I love this. Doesn't quite feel dry. Let's see. I'm only going to use a little bit anyway. I guess it's dry enough. Get a good dip. This is super pretty. I won't reapply it later. Like I can smell it through the package. But it does smell like creme brulee. And I love it. So yeah. I guess we should probably set our face again, and then that's it. I guess y'all don't really need to watch me set my face, but I'll leave it at the end here sped up in case you're invested. In the meantime, don't forget to drop a comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. That way you get all the great content from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!